I was standing on the edge, ready to end everything. No one knew where I was. No one knew what I was about to do. And honestly, I didn't think anyone would care. My name is Eleanor Hayes, and I'm 100 years old now. But the truth is, I almost didn't make it past 34. Back then, my life didn't look broken from the outside. I had a small house in Ohio, a husband, and a 6-year-old daughter with the brightest smile you could imagine. To anyone passing by, I looked like a woman who had everything under control. But inside, I was drowning. It started slowly. My husband Daniel lost his job. And at first we thought it was temporary, just a rough patch, but weeks turned into months, and something inside him changed. The man who used to laugh at my terrible jokes stopped smiling. The man who used to hold my hand started pulling away, and one night, he walked out. No explanation, no goodbye. Just silence. I remember sitting on the kitchen floor after putting my daughter Lily to bed. The house felt too quiet, too empty, and I kept asking myself what I did wrong. Bills started piling up, so I picked up 2 jobs, cleaning offices during the day and waitressing at night. I barely slept, I barely ate, but the hardest part wasn't the exhaustion. It was pretending to be okay. Every morning, I'd kneel in front of Lily and fix her hair. She'd smile and say, "Mommy, you're the best." And I'd smile back, hiding the cracks. But cracks don't stay hidden forever. They spread. One night, after a double shift, I came home and found an eviction notice on the door. 3 words that shattered me. Final notice. Vacate immediately. I stood there staring at it, my hands shaking, my chest tight, and for the first time, I didn't see a way out. That night, after Lily fell asleep, I sat in the dark with no lights and no sound, just me and the weight of everything I couldn't fix. I thought about my failures, my broken marriage, my empty bank account, the future I couldn't give my daughter. And a quiet thought crept in, maybe they'd be better off without me. It didn't feel dramatic. It didn't feel like a movie. It felt quiet, like giving up. The next evening, I told my neighbor I'd be out for a while and asked her to watch Lily. I didn't say why. I couldn't. I drove without thinking, just following empty roads until I reached a bridge outside the city. The kind of place no one visits at night. The air was cold, the sky was dark, and it felt like the perfect place to disappear. I stepped out of the car and walked toward the railing, each step heavy but strangely calm, like I had already made my decision. I remember gripping the cold metal with both hands and looking down at the endless water below. And then, I heard a voice. "Miss?" I froze and turned around. A little boy, maybe 8 or 9 years old, stood a few feet away holding a worn-out backpack, his face smudged with dirt. "What are you doing?" he asked. I didn't know what to say, so I whispered, "Just thinking." He nodded like that made sense. Then he said something that changed everything. "My mom used to stand like that too, before she left." My heart dropped, and I asked him what he meant. He looked down and said, "She said she was tired, that she couldn't do it anymore, and then she was gone." The silence between us felt heavier than anything I had ever carried. I asked him softly if he missed her, and when he finally answered, his voice broke. "Every day." Something inside me cracked open, something deeper than pain. He stepped closer and asked, "Are you going to leave too?" And in that moment, I saw my daughter. I saw Lily smile, her little hands, her voice calling me mommy. And suddenly everything changed. This wasn't just about me anymore. If I jumped, I wouldn't just end my pain. I would pass it on to her. My hands started shaking. Tears streamed down my face, and slowly, I stepped back from the railing. "No," I whispered, "I'm not leaving." The boy didn't smile. He just nodded like he understood everything. I asked him where he lived and walked him to a nearby shelter, and before he went inside, he turned and said, "Thank you for staying." But the truth is, he saved me. That night didn't fix everything. I still struggled. I still cried. I still didn't know how I would survive. But I made one decision. I chose to stay, and I fought for that decision every single day. I asked for help. I took whatever work I could find, and slowly, things began to change. Years passed. Lily grew up. She graduated, built a life, and became stronger than I ever imagined. And me, I just kept going, one day at a time. Today, I'm 100 years old. And people always ask me, "What's your secret to a long life?" I don't tell them about diets or exercise. I tell them the truth. The secret isn't living forever. It's choosing to stay when everything inside you wants to leave. Because sometimes one decision, one moment, one step back from the edge, can save your entire life, and maybe someone else's too.